Whether we were ready or not, January of 2022 has already come to an end, and we are moving into, or actually already in, February. So I always like to wrap up my month by looking at where we are sitting at financially. And for me, that is looking at our net worth. So that is what I'm going to cover today. If you are curious to see how we did, if it was good, bad, or really bad, stick around and find out. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin. I'm documenting mine and my husband's journey to complete debt freedom and financial independence. I am a numbers person. I like tracking metrics. It just gives me a really good visual of where we are at, how things are changing. Some things are within our control, some things not so much within our control. And one of my favorite metrics to track is net worth. And so for net worth, it's a very simple calculation. You just add up everything that you own. These are your assets, and you subtract that everything that you owe money on. These are your liabilities, and the difference between those two is what your net worth value is. Now, everybody chooses different assets that they are going to have in their calculation. I personally use fewer assets so that I have a more conservative estimate. Now, this is just what works for me. If it doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't mean that there is anything wrong with you or with me. It just means that we are different people, but hopefully there will still be some value in seeing different ways that people will go about calculating these. So first I have our home value. We have not had a formal appraisal, so we just base it off of the last valuation that was provided by the bank. That was $470,000. Cash in hand, we just put in $10,000. We do have a bit more than this, but some of that is flagged and is going to be spent. Our superannuation, if you are outside of Australia, superannuation is our retirement plan. It is similar-ish to a 401k, but the main difference is that this is a mandatory contribution by the employer. Employees can make additional contributions on top of what their employers provide. So our combined balances in our superannuation at the end of January was $357,976. Ouch. We're not too concerned about it because that is just how the markets go. They go up, they go down, they recover, they normalize. We're in this kind of sort of for the long run. We're getting closer to the end. We're closer to the end than we were to the beginning, basically, at this point. But it was not the prettiest of months, and that includes even with our contributions, we still lost $26,000. Like, ouch. But this is when I say you have to separate those emotions and just go, well, that wasn't the best possible month we could have had, but it could have been worse and it could have been better, and that is where everything averages out. Our ETF portfolio, we ended with a balance of $11,658. I did make purchases in our taxable brokerage accounts. I'm going to be covering that in a separate video and showing really the breakdown within those different portfolios. I did make a new portfolio. So this is our dividend portfolio. This is outside of micro investing. And again, I'll explain the reasoning behind that in my next video. But at the end of January, there was $2,026 that was sitting there. Micro investing, this is where I do my $1 a day investing challenge as part of the Mommy Trader Investy Bestie investing challenge that she has. And in crypto, we ended up down at $37. So interestingly, our smallest loss was actually in crypto out of all the areas that we lost. But for the most part, we were down everywhere. But that gave us a total in assets at the end of January of $852,011, a decrease of $12,244 from the previous month. So we are starting off down 1.42%, but that is okay because there is only one way to go from there, and that is up. Our mortgage is at $391,000. Or sorry, $391,300 because we had our yearly annual fee and such that came in, and then when I had put in the mortgage at the end of the year, I put in the wrong amount, but I'm not too fussed over that. So that is also going to show a negative. That's just a calculation error on my part, but our total liabilities, because the only debt that we have is our mortgage, so our total liabilities is $391,300, giving us a change of negative 300, so negative 0.8%. So we actually increased our liabilities by 0.8%, and we decreased our assets by 1.4%, giving us a total, if we subtract those two numbers from each other, of $460,711. That is a decrease of $12,544 from where we ended 2021, starting off our year with a net worth change of negative 2.65. And I would almost guarantee that it is not just us with our net worth numbers looking like this and with our investment accounts looking like this worldwide. So again, I am in Australia and I am predominantly invested in the Australian stock market, with maybe about 40% is made up of international. So I'm about 60% domestic, 40% international in terms of balance between those, but the stock markets everywhere are getting hit pretty bad. And sometimes it also is the day that you check it. And that's the other thing, is when you're looking at things day in, day out, it really starts to stand out. But if you pull back and you start and you look big picture over, instead of just looking over the past week or the past month, look at the past 6 months, look at the past year, the past 5 years, the past 10 years. And that picture really starts to change. And that is what I keep in mind, and that is when I talk about being emotionally detached. I mean, it's not like I'm looking at this and going, woohoo, let's throw a party. How great is this? Yay. But at the same time, I'm not running and saying, oh my gosh, I need to change everything. I just put on my big girl pants and tighten the buckle a little bit tighter and just hold on for the ride as if I'm on a roller coaster, which means I've got my hands up in the air because I am not one of those people that holds on to the bar while riding a roller coaster. My hands are up and I am enjoying every moment of it, even the parts that scare the snot out of me. So that is where we are starting off for the month, as I said. So let me know if you are willing to share, if you have braved the numbers and looked at your net worth for the beginning of the year. Even if you only check it once per year, this is one time that you would probably want to look at it when there have been big market fluctuations, when there are big shifts that are happening. It is good to make sure that you are going in and looking and seeing what is going on. So drop that down in the comments below. If you are weathering the storm like many of us are, leave a lightning bolt emoji in the comments as well. That also lets me know that you were here. As I said, I will break out those investments in more detail in another video and showing how I do my reporting and how I track everything and all of that. Does it involve a spreadsheet? What do you think? Of course it's going to involve a spreadsheet of some sort. So if you have any questions about how we calculate our net worth or financial questions in general that you would like me to address, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, do please give it a like. That just gives me warm fuzzies and helps to keep me motivated going on. I do hope this information was useful to you in some way. And as usual, thank you for watching, and do remember to choose kindness, show gratitude, and always keep a positive mindset. I will see you or talk to you in the next video.